What is it?
Well, I waited so long, I missed my chance.
You didn't go?
No, now I can't get it back.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight, he ain't doing nothing but running his mouth. Talk about it, we all about it. They making plans, we sit and count. Our chairs stacked just like a mountain. You heard about it, she running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it.
I can't imagine that this is one of those days that years from now we will look back upon fondly and say, remember when they finally got that boat off the beach?
It's a sad day.
Is it?
Yeah.
What?
Have you not been following the entire saga of Deep Thought? It has been fantastic. Every time that you think that the saga is going to come to a close, it somehow becomes stranger and weirder and dumber, and it has been one of my favorite things.
Okay, fill me in.
Okay, so Deep Thought, for those unaware, and by the way, if you're going to be driving on Lincoln Memorial, it's going to be shut down at 8 o'clock, so they can get Deep Thought out of the lake. So for those unfamiliar, Deep Thought is a boat that's been abandoned just off of Bradford Beach here in Milwaukee for a little over 6 months. It was in October. A couple from Mississippi bought a boat from up in the Sheboygan area, and their plan was to take it all the way down to Mississippi, and this was going to be their boat.
Whoa.
Ride it down to, and unfortunately for them, they ran out of gas as they approached Milwaukee and just abandoned the boat. Just left it there. Just left the boat after they ran out of gas. Went home.
Deep Thought and Mississippi do not go hand in hand, number one. So my guess is they didn't name the boat.
I would say that would be accurate.
Okay.
What if it was aspirational, Chew? Okay.
Should be gone fishing spelled wrong, and I'd feel better about it.
Right, okay. So, first of all, who abandons a boat? We're just leaving boats around now? Or are we just leaving cars and other, major property around?
I mean, that was basically...
I put it on stream there for Chewy to see. That was his first time ever interacting with Deep Thought.
I think they should leave it.
Well, it's become like this I don't want to say touristy thing, but it's been around for so long that people just want to go see it. I mean, it has been stripped of anything valuable at this point, so it's been raided. It's been graffitied beyond recognition. I believe a DJ played a set out there at one point. So it's been a popular place to go visit over these last 6 months.
It's got a Wolski sticker on it.
Well, of course.
Classic Milwaukee things.
Yeah. Yeah, injured Cole Gruber was, painted on it.
Of course, to be fair, I doubt it closed Wolski's. I mean,
how hasn't it? It's been there for 6 months.
I would bet the person closed Wolski's and then went to go pay homage to the old boat.
To old Deep Thought. So it's been a fun, little thing that's been out there. But some of the, it's been there. How do we get rid of it? City is saying it's not their, not on us. That's not something we have to worry about. County was saying same thing. Nobody was claiming responsibility. The owner stopped answering phone calls because it's clearly supposed to be on them to remove the boat. So it just sat there for 6 months. And then finally, through some donations, an independent company in Milwaukee thought, we can remove the boat, and decided a week or two ago to try and remove the boat.
Okay.
However,
boat's still there.
It is so dug in and has been just so kind of buried into the sandbar there just off of Bradford that it was a bigger job than anticipated. And the pontoon barge that they were trying to put their levees and puller, and try to pull that thing out. Yeah, all those sorts of things. They left that there overnight, and the wind picked up, the waves picked up. And that crashed, and that's sitting right next to Deep Thought. So we've got two boats that are wrecked right now, right next to each other.
Is this some sort of Bermuda Triangle spot on the beach where
You would think that would be a sign that this boat's meant to be there.
Venture into it and you'll never come out?
Apparently, though, the county is now saying it is their responsibility. They're trying to figure out a way to finance this thing and hopefully not cost the taxpayers. Good luck with that. But they have signed a contract with a company that is bringing in cranes to remove the boat from Lake Michigan today. Apparently, this company has experience lifting semis that have tipped over on the highway. So they're going to try to do that and remove Deep Thought from Lake Michigan. So it's a sad day. Deep Thought, after 6+ months, finally being removed from Lake Michigan.
It's a much bigger boat than I thought.
Oh, yeah.
And also, Joshy, that photograph that you put up on the stream, that was beautiful. I might want a print of that. I might want to get that, somebody needs to paint that or something.
There's going to be a lot of artists.
Yes, that picture
available.
in particular. If someone could paint that picture, that would be a talking piece that you could have in your home. And people would be like, what the hell is that? Well, let me tell you the story that Gabe just wove about Deep Thought.
Also, I'll find a more recent one. The boat no longer looks like that at all. It has been basically taken for every piece left on it.
Like the metal pieces that you see on the top there that have that that overhang piece, that
it's
roof
been scrapped,
piece,
basically.
that's gone. So now that big piece up top is on the back of the boat instead of up top on the boat. Yeah, it's seen better days. I am just blown away by somebody's ability, financially or otherwise, to just leave a boat. Did boats become, Chewy, you live down there, there's a lot of boats. Did boats become, disposable?
Well, I can tell you this. After a hurricane, you have, in the last one we had, 2 ago were pretty bad, Helene, you have 48 hours to claim your boat if it comes off your lift and goes up on someone's property, or people can go repo the boat and you cannot get your boat back until you pay the person who repoed it a bunch of money. Because I had a buddy who was doing, he's like, can I put some boats on your dock? And I'm like, yeah, I don't want them there for a year though. A month is fine, but but it's funny, that reminds me of Frank's car, back in 94.
Okay.
So Frank bought an old, remember the Celebrity? I don't know who made it, Oldsmobile or whatever, the Celebrity is a piece of junk. Frank didn't want to bring his nice car from Kansas City, so he bought this $500 Celebrity that he was going to drive throughout the season. And we would have to be carted in it. We made him drive because it was such a piece of crap down to the Hudson Center. So we would take our helmets and then just smash the thing every time we went to practice. So Frank had a rule. He said, okay, you can't smash any headlights or tail lights or whatever. You can smash everything else. So the car kind of had a life of his own. Frank threw up in it one time.
It was like Herbie?
He had some bad pizza. And I think it was Edgar Bennett was driving by. You know those car washes with the wand?
Yeah.
That you can do it quickly yourself? So Frank was wanding the end of his car, the inside of the car. And Edgar's like, what the hell are you doing, Frank? You usually wash the outside, not the inside. He's like, forget about it. I had some bad Taco Bell. So at the end of the long and the short of it is we all signed the car in a huge Sharpie, everyone on the team, and we auctioned it off for $5,000 or $6,000 and someone bought it.
Wow.
They should do that with this boat. I think this would look cool in someone's front yard.
No, I mean, this boat,
it's enormous.
I mean, they're going to have to wreck it to get it out. I think that's what's going to happen with the crane, and they're just going to take it to a salvage yard. And
it's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Well, because the plan was for the couple that bought it, this was what they were going to live on it. That was their plan. They were going to take it down to Mississippi and live on the boat.
Well, it's not that big.
That was their plan.
Wow. Couple of things. One, why is no one live streaming this thing? Somebody needs to go down there with a camera or maybe a drone and live stream the demolition / removal of Deep Thought.
Well, I'm sure there's news crews down there. TMJ, our folks over at 620 WTMJ, have reporters down there.
That's the update. Yeah, exactly. Gave it a little shave. Gave it a little cut. The top.
Chewy, you can't just leave a boat sitting there for 6+ months and expect it to be exactly the same and that people aren't going to mess with it.
No, but put it on the Summerfest grounds. I think it'd be pretty cool. No?
I mean, there's nothing left inside of it.
So what? It's a piece of history.
I don't love that something was sitting there, even if it was abandoned, and that people were like, you know what, let's go tag it. Let's tag the sucker. And you got all of that spray paint and all of the graffiti and all of the pictures and whatnot. Like,
I think it's kind of cool.
What if, now, how long would the family have had to come back and get it where it would have been in the same shape they left it? A week?
No, not even.
A day?
Maybe. You abandon a boat, like, that's on you. You go all the way back to Mississippi, that's on you.
You could just stay on the boat until you're able to get it out if you were so interested.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's a big enough boat. There's
Well, again, if that was your plan, was to live on the boat,
yes.
Why not just live on the boat in Milwaukee for a little bit?
Were they going to drive the boat to Mississippi? Because don't you have to go to the Mississippi River?
Yeah, you could have found a way to flow through.
Get there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of going the wrong way, though, aren't you?
Well, were they
You gotta
coming?
go
They were
Lake
not
Superior?
coming south to Milwaukee.
Yeah, from Sheboygan.
Yeah.
But he's right. How do you get from Lake Michigan down to the Mississippi?
Gotta be
Down
honest,
to Mississippi.
I'm not a river expert.
Yeah. I'm sure the Milwaukee
I am.
River connects to a different river that connects to a different river that can eventually get you to the Mississippi.
No, I think you got to go up to Superior and over that way.
He might be right.
Yeah, I think I am.
Well, we know that.
There also are plenty of places in Milwaukee where you could get your boat onto a trailer, drive it to the Mississippi, and then plenty of services will pull your boat right out of the water if it's not submerged or sunk into the beach on Bradford.
Are you telling me that if somebody did a live stream, you wouldn't watch it? I would definitely pop in, pop out, eating my lunch, pop in, see how much progress they've made on removing the boat. There should be a live stream. We live stream everything. We live stream the birth of eagles now. Well, I don't know if it's now, but recently.
You're throwing around we here.
The collective.
I'm not doing any of
The
that.
proverbial.
I think we need a little bit to the Google review that was left by the owners of the.
Josh, we don't have that kind of time.
What do you mean Google review? Review of the boat?
She left a Google review, I believe, because this has been placed on Google as like a place to go to, it's like an attraction. She tries to weave a story here. The owner of that they were caught in the gale, that she fell off the boat. Her husband abandoned the boat to save her, bring her back on the boat, and in said time they beached at that point, causing the boat to be not able to be used. Instead of the accurate story, which is they ran out of gas, didn't know what to do, panicked as probably new boat owners, and then beached it and then abandoned it because they were scared of what to do and didn't want to pay for the removal of it. So now, they're going to get a bill for this.
Yeah, the DNR will fine them. That's for sure.
Well,
yeah.
Aside from, the waste portion, also the removal cost.
Best of luck getting them to pay it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it's court.
Yeah.
You can summon them all you want to a Milwaukee court.
You think they're coming back to Wisconsin?
If you can afford a boat, you can afford to pay for the city to remove your boat. Update here, a little housekeeping. You can get from Lake Michigan to the Mississippi via the Illinois Waterway. Start in Lake Michigan, enter the Chicago River just past Navy Pier. Turn down the Chicago River, take that to the Des Plaines River, take that to the Illinois River. The Des Plaines River will join the Kankakee River to form the Illinois River. Navigate the Illinois River until it joins the Mississippi River just north of St. Louis.
Now, my only question is, that's a big boat, as we've seen here. Mm-hmm. Will it have clearance? I don't know. But I imagine that's a path used and probably has been throughout time. I'd have to imagine it should be able to take a boat that size.
I'm the only one watching the live stream, huh? Chew, would you watch a bit of the live stream today?
That's
a little bit.
I don't want to see.
Why don't they
see
just
the
pull it
murder
out?
of Deep Thought.
The murder of one. The murder of one boat.
Get a tugboat. Let the thing just go south and make it Chicago's problem. Right?
Chewy, it is so. Did you not hear the part where it's so stuck that another company lost a boat that's beached right next to it? Like, that's how deep that thing's in there. Yeah, that's why they got to get cranes.
So PSA, as you mentioned, the road there just along Bradford Beach is going to be shut down today, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So navigate around that if that is part of your daily commute. I also think that we should put on the poll, would you watch a live stream of Deep Thoughts?
Deep Thoughts.
Wow. Because I almost went with that, just so you know.
I don't know.
Deep. No. Yes, you do. Yeah, I'm not going to say it. Deep Thoughts being removed from Bradford Beach. We'll put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy poll. We got to get to Jason Wilde. We've got Adam Schefter today on a Tuesday. Usually he's here on Wednesday, but had to change his schedule. So we've got Jason Wilde followed by Adam Schefter. Stick around, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, just getting started.
You remember the moments from that magical March in 2015. Frank Kaminsky leading the charge for Bo Ryan and Wisconsin in a run to the championship. Relive it all with Made 'em Believe on June 26th. Join Frank, Sam Decker, and Coach Bo Ryan for an intimate night at the Orpheum Theater in Madison to celebrate the 10-year anniversary. Tickets on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. That's uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe. June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison is presented by Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Potosi Varsity Ale, Potosi Hard Seltzer, and M3 Insurance.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound on 43, we're seeing delays with an accident right in the Marquette interchange heading straight through. So just be careful. It is off on the right or on the left shoulder, so be careful heading through that. Beyond that, we've got delays from Kilbourne all the way up to Keefe. Southbound, so far, so good. Knock on wood. Southbound 41, though, different story. We've got delays from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive. The northbound side slowing down from Watertown Plank Road up past North, and then back on the brakes from Burleigh up to Hampton. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Dedicated to helping businesses do business better, visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. A few clouds early, lots of sun, lake breeze later on with a high of 68 at the lake, 73 inland. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 48. Weather is brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Milwaukee's Theater District. With deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, artist in residence, and nightly live music, you'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so that you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking a lot about all the times my mom went out of her way just to make me happy. Honestly, I've lost count. All of the pickups from practice, help with the homework, the home-cooked meals. My mom is the best. That's why this year I'm returning the favor with the bouquet from the Books Company. And I got you 25% off of your order so you can send some happiness to your moms, too. Bouks aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some are even grown on the side of a volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go for the Bouks flower subscription so she can get fresh blooms and major joy on repeat. It's also really easy. I pick my bouquet, delivery date, and done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your auntie, and even grandma too. Mother's Day is May 11th, so hurry and order your Bouks now. Go to Bouks.com, use promo code Canty to get 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty. Bouks, promo code Canty.
Minnesota is home to 64 state parks and 6 national park sites. Whether you enjoy fishing or paddling, it's time to explore the breathtaking views of Voyageurs National Park. Celebrate Voyageurs National Park's 50th anniversary, and if you're lucky, view the Northern Lights. Explore millions of acres of pristine natural areas in Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to embark on a journey to the many nationally recognized Minnesota sites.
players all the time.
He was a field tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
We love our time with Jason Wilde, talking all things green and gold, etc. Good morning, Jason. How you doing today?
I'm good, everybody. How are you?
We're good. We were just talking about the boat Deep Thought, which is, I guess, buried or stuck on Bradford Beach. I want to talk about rookie.
Well, poor Jack Handy being stuck on that boat.
Honestly, that was my first thought immediately as well. And then my second thought was the inappropriate thing that you shouldn't say on the radio. And that's why I paused before saying thought. Why are you laughing? Like you didn't know that's what was happening, Chew.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of too, Jen.
Alrighty
Girl
then.
who gets beat more than anybody in radio.
Jason, you were at, is it rookie mini camp, rookie training camp, rookie camp? What are they referring to this thing as now?
Lame and boring, and you couldn't figure out anything. Yeah, rookie mini camp. Mike McCarthy used to call it rookie orientation, which I always thought was a much better phrase for it, because a lot of it was like when you register for college and you go to orientation, you learn where different classes are and where your dorm is and that sort of thing. And it's interesting because Matt LaFleur came in 2019, and it became a real mini camp. Like they had 2 practices, they ran 11-on-11 periods, they did one-on-one drills. And LaFleur said to us on Friday before the one, air quotes, practice that they had on Saturday that he had really kind of changed his approach, feeling like all these guys do so much building up to the draft and being picked with training for the combine to improve their 40 time and doing their pro day and going on 30 visits, that he really felt like it was counterproductive to do actual practices. So what they did on Saturday was individual drill work. Like the Canadian quarterback threw passes to Sean Mannion, the quarterback's coach. He threw it to a couple of equipment guys. He threw balls into a net. He never threw one pass to Matthew Golden or Savion Williams. And so it was all drill work, and it was just like the good news is if they don't want us making snap judgments about their draft picks, we definitely couldn't do that. At the same time, I think somewhere in between full-fledged practices and guys running a limited playbook that they don't completely understand and then doing what they did on Saturday is probably the happy medium, but that's not what they did this time.
Jason, it sounds like Christian Watson's rehab's going well.
It does. I know the TV stations up here had some video of him taking part in the charity walk that they did at the Pier High School for the ribbon walk, which fights cancer. There's a big difference between that, obviously, and running down the field on a 60-yard deep ball. But the things that he said were very encouraging. Again, I don't know what the timeline will look like for him. I think he'll spend training camp on the PUP. I think he'll open the season on the PUP, and then, they'll hope to activate him sooner rather than later. But I still think November, based on TJ Hawkinson's timeline, I think probably November is still the target for him.
Jason, at this point in the Jaire saga, if they...
Gabe!
Well, this isn't necessarily about Jaire. I guess it's more of a logistical question. Because if they just wait until after June 1st, they save more money on this year's cap, but they have to pay more. There's still dead money that they have to owe because they owe that money no matter what. Mm-hmm. If they don't need the cap savings, they're in a fine spot salary cap wise. But would there be a possibility of if they wait until June 1st to release him and then take that big chunk that they get and really try to front load a contract for somebody like Zach Tom that they want to extend? Like, I'm trying to figure out logistically why they would wait until June 1st to do it, and if they could actually do something with that money that they would save.
Yeah, I take back my. That's a good question. I just have such Jaire fatigue. If this goes on any longer, he should just be a quarterback. Look, I don't know how serious these conversations are. I haven't gotten really any straight answers ever since Rob's report about the fact that they were that a reconciliation was on the table. Again, I think a lot of people took that as, oh, he's definitely coming back. And Rob made it very clear that being released or being traded was also still on the table. But I thought it was significant. And I know I don't exactly understand exactly what Josina Anderson reported. I can tell you what Matt LaFleur said in response to my question on Friday, and that was that he confirmed publicly that Jaire is not taking part in the on-field work of the off-season program because, as we've talked about, they don't want him to blow out his Achilles while he's running around in the Don Hudson Center, and then they're on the hook for his entire 2025 salary of $16.2 million, and then they don't have. At least they would know he wasn't playing from week to week. But I don't know if they are feeling any level of optimism that there's going to be an agreement reached. I don't know where that stands. But this has been the longest running possible trade, possible release. Oh, maybe we'll keep him saga that I can remember covering with this team. I don't think I've seen this at any point previously. And so to me, your point is a really good one, right? Because they're not that great in cap space anymore, right? They did spend in free agency. So you do that, it does free you up to do something with Zach Tom heading into training camp. So I think it's a really good idea. I just don't know if that's ultimately what's going to happen anyway. Because again, if I'm Jaire, and I'm not sure, I don't want to take a pay cut from these guys. I'd rather have a fresh start. I just keep holding out to force them to release me instead of being traded to a place that maybe I don't want to go.
Jason, before we let you go, is everyone's favorite quarterback married?
Yeah, I don't know, because I did not want to put myself in the position then of having him reply to me and then not knowing if I was supposed to say, because Homer filled in for Tausch as our cousin sub the day yesterday, and that was his, I introduced him and then it was off the rails immediately. Which, Gabe, you're familiar with that?
I mean, it's just that's what happens when Homer's on the show.
Standard operating procedure, but that's all he wanted to know. And I had seen the photo or the video clip or whatever it was from the Kentucky Derby, and then I had not thought about it again until he said something. So he wanted me to ask Rodgers if he was in fact married and send along his congratulations. But again, I didn't know, if he responds, am I then, is your marital status on or off the record? So I did not want to have to make that decision. So I'm going to hold off on sending my Mazel Tov to him for a little while longer.
All right, Jason, we appreciate you hanging out with us. We will talk to you again soon.
But I don't understand this clock management. I've never done this on our show. So great work, everybody. Take care. Be good.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. We got Adam Schefter coming up next here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Stick around.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound on 43, we've got delays coming out of the Marquette all the way up towards Keefe. Southbound just a little tight right past Hampton Avenue. Eastbound 94, you've got delays from 84th Street to Hawley and then coming out of the Stadium interchange past 27th. Northbound 41, backing up from Watertown Plank Road all the way up past Capitol. The southbound side heavy from Good Hope Road down past Capitol as well. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today. A few clouds early, lots of sun, lake breeze later on with a high of 68 at the lake, 73 inland. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 48. Weather's brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Forget average. At Exterior Pros, they bring the heat. They're not here to meet standards. They're here to smash them. From the first swing of the hammer to the final reveal, they're leveling up your home with every window, every shingle, and every single detail. This isn't just a remodel. It's a glow-up for your house. Built tough, built beautiful, built to turn heads. Want in? Let's go. Lock in your project now and save $3,000. Exterior Pros, where bold meets built. Trust the pros and visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274.
Buying and selling a home can be a stressful process. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. The We Sell group at Keller Williams has a goal of making it stress-free for everyone. Their passion is people, their availability is unmatched, something I'm experiencing firsthand while I search for a lake home to enjoy Wisconsin summers even more. Rob and Nick are there every step of the way, not just for their sellers, but also to potential buyers and their agents to bring in as many strong offers as possible. Get started today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Everyone's go-to source for all NFL news.
And we're going to get right to some breaking news here that just came down. This tweet from Adam Schefter.
Adam's on the phone. Adam, you have more news? What do you got?
They're going with another move, and he was the man who knows all, Adam Schefter.
It's ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter.
It's always hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. It just is. I wouldn't be surprised if they meet again, and I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay is in that game and Green Bay has a chance to win that game.
Adam Schefter on JGC is sponsored by Island Resort and Casino. Gaming, casual, and fine dining. 2 golf courses, a luxury spa, and live entertainment. Your total experience is at the Island.
Let's get right to it with Adam Schefter this morning. Good morning, Adam. How you doing today?
Good morning, everybody. How we doing?
Are you looking good? Looking fresh? Looking rested. Are you rested?
He's probably, I mean, the draft has been over now. He's been able to probably sleep in a day or two.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for him. I love that for him. Adam, I want to start with this. Has there ever been a glow-up more substantial than that of the Washington Commanders? You thought I was going to say of Adam Schefter from last week until this week, but no, of the Washington Commanders.
No. Yeah. Boy, Jim, was I that far in the dumps? Like I was in the dumps like the Redskins? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm just saying, you look good, Adam. You look real good today. I saw you as we went through the draft. Maybe it was weighing on you a little. Maybe it was wearing on you a little. That rainy day in Green Bay when I saw you, you look great compared to that. So, Washington Commanders.
Yeah, well, you know what? You talk about the glam up of the Commanders. I would say a year earlier, the Houston Texans. There was not an organization that was as much in the dumper as the Texans. And all of a sudden, they came alive. And these sorts of things happen in the National Football League where, I mean, I could think back to the St. Louis Rams in 1999. They were terrible. And all of a sudden, Trent Green gets hurt, and they have to turn to this backup quarterback named Kurt Warner, and they wind up winning the Super Bowl. So that is the one that stands out in most recent memory. I don't know that there was an organization that was down in the dumps as long as the Commanders have been, that now has the future that they do. So that's probably a little bit rare. But I think in the National Football League, it happens fairly often to where a team that was an afterthought and also ran, like, somebody that we didn't view with great respect all of a sudden climbs up and becomes relevant like the Commanders have. But with the Commanders, you take the quarterback, and that really solves everything. Everything looks much better now. They do have new ownership. They have a new general manager, Adam Peters, new head coach Dan Quinn, all those things. But the fact of the matter is, I believe, the quarterback really makes it all possible. Because if they don't hit on that pick the way they do, then everything else is not as what it is today.
And the reason I bring it up, of course, is that it was announced yesterday that Washington will be hosting the NFL draft in 2017.
And that's going to be that's going to be unbelievable. Like in 2027, when everyone's on the National Mall by the Washington Monument, however they set it up. Like, I didn't think that the league did the right thing with Green Bay. I thought the draft should have been in Lambeau Field, not in a parking lot outside Lambeau Field. But I think that they're worried that they want that shot, that look where people are just lined up all over, and they didn't want to see in a stadium. I think empty seats across the stadium, even though there are so many people in attendance on the field and whatnot. To me, you're in, Lambeau. You're going to Lambeau Field. Let's go in Lambeau Field. Like let's do it the right way. That they opted for the parking lot on that National Mall. I think that's going to be quite a scene in 2027.
Adam, what's your take on this whole Belichick saga? And do you think this could affect his legacy if he just goes and flops in college, or no?
No, I don't think so. I mean, look, he did what he did, and he's dealing with a different set of issues now, and that college world is not a world that a lot of coaches want to be involved in, but he loves coaching. He loves coaching. That's what he is at heart, and he wants to go coach, and so he's gone down to North Carolina to go do that, and obviously there's all the other extra things that have come along that I don't need to comment on.
Schefter, what's the next NFL date that you've got circled on your calendar? Is it next week? Is it the schedule release? Do you not really concern yourself with that? What's the next date you've got circled?
Well, I think that you have the schedule release next Wednesday, and you also have the league meeting later this month in Minneapolis to go over the tush push, which I think the tush push will wind up getting banned at that point in time. But the schedule release. The funny thing about it is, of course, everybody knows every team's opponents, but that schedule release has kind of taken on a life of its own. Like, it's a huge day, and it's a day where people plan their travel plans for the season. So if you're going to go see the Packers play in Detroit or Minnesota or whatever it may be, you're locking in hotels, and it's become a real big deal. What do we do? A 3-hour primetime special on ESPN about it, and we know it's coming. We just don't know when it's going to be.
Adam Schefter hanging out with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Marital status aside, are we any closer to Aaron Rodgers being the quarterback of the Steelers? This hits close to home because one of our guys, Ben Brust, maybe you've met him, maybe you've heard of him. He thought that the Packers and the Steelers were going to be the two teams facing off in Ireland. That's what his sources had told him. That has not now been debunked, as it was announced that it will be Steelers-Vikings, or maybe it wasn't announced, but that was out there yesterday. So it is not Packers-Steelers, apparently, and for whatever reason, people seem to think that Rodgers and his involvement with the Steelers is playing a role in this saga. Is there any truth to that? Is there any smoke to that?
Well, look, part of the reason that the NFL has pushed back the release of the schedule to when it does, and it's now like the second week in May, is it tries to take as much time as it can to make sure that it has all the information it can before they finalize the schedule. Now, I don't think the NFL, in fact, I would feel very certain about this, I don't think the NFL has any inside knowledge that Aaron Rodgers is coming to play in Pittsburgh that we don't know. I think we all believe that's going to happen. We all expect that it's going to happen. It just hasn't happened. And I can assure you that the league has probably reached out to the Steelers, to ownership, and said, what do you think? And Art Rooney himself has been very public in the idea that he believes Aaron Rodgers is going to come play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm sure he told the league the same thing. Do I think he told the league we have a contract in the top draw done for Aaron Rodgers? We're just waiting for him? No, I don't think that that's true. So I think he told them exactly what he said to the public. we are confident that Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Steeler, but he still isn't signed. And Aaron Rodgers showed up at the Kentucky Derby this weekend with a ring on his fourth left wedding finger. The question that I raised this morning, and I would ask you all, have you ever heard of anybody ever wearing a ring on the fourth left finger if they weren't married? I'm just asking that question.
No, but it's Aaron Rodgers.
That's the whole that, and there is the catch. And there is the catch. If there's somebody that would be wearing a ring on that finger to try to send a message to say, I'm wearing this to try to show that, the institution of marriage is not something that we should all be believing or supporting in, and I'm putting this ring on, and I don't know what, I would think, it's logical that if you're wearing a ring on that finger that you got married. I think that's the logic most of the time with most people, but he's not most people.
So if he doesn't go to Pittsburgh, Adam, will they pivot and go after Cousins?
Yeah, I would expect that to be the case. And by the way, so if we're going to tie that together, the National Football League, when it schedules games for the Pittsburgh Steelers, primetime, international, whatever it may be, they're operating under the assumption that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to make a good move at quarterback. They're going to make a move that they believe makes them competitive, whether that's going to be Aaron Rodgers, which is what they believe and hope and think, or whether they turn around and then trade for Kirk Cousins. But I think that we all would agree that it would be a surprise if the Pittsburgh Steelers headed to training camp with the combination of just Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, and Will Howard. I just don't think that that's what they think. I don't think that's what the league is expecting. And I think the league goes ahead with the assumption that the Steelers, by the way, the Steelers themselves have said, we're going to be taking 4 quarterbacks to camp. Now, they may have signed an undrafted rookie free agent that I didn't see that is a 4th quarterback, but we're talking about 4 viable quarterbacks. And they haven't, to my knowledge, made that move on a 4th quarterback that'll be added to the roster, whether that is Aaron Rodgers or whether that falls through and they pivot to Kirk Cousins.
Schefter, I led you astray a couple of months ago with advice on who to take at the Players' Championship. So clearly yes. I need help. I'm asking now for your help because this week on the PGA Tour, they're playing at Philly Cricket Club. It's not a place they typically go. What's your strategy for picking a golfer this week?
This is a tough one because I think you're going to get, if I had to guess, you're going to get some guy that kind of rises up that's a real good golfer, that's playing good golf. But there's no course history here. So it's a very difficult – no. So again, I think you're looking at somebody that Jen's so bored by this, by the way, Gabe. Like
she's already checked out.
Couldn't, yeah. Like you could have asked me about, whatever, financial advice, and she just doesn't really care about this. So we're really boring her with this topic of golf. But there's no course history on this course in Philadelphia. And I think you're going to try to ride a golfer that can get hot, that has a lot. Like I'm making this up off the top of my head. Sam Burns, Wyndham Clark, somebody like that can rise up and play well on a course like this. That's my guess.
I appreciate the self-awareness from you, Adam. I want to get to one more thing before we let you go. Here in Milwaukee, it's a big day, boats, and. There has been a boat stranded on the beach line here in Milwaukee at Bradford Beach for over 6 months. We're going to show you the picture on the live stream there. That's what it looked like. It has since been just
show what it looks like.
That's
now.
what it looks like now. They tried to remove it. It's too dug in. It ruined the barge or the boat that they tried to remove it with. So today they are shutting down the road. They've got cranes coming out. Would you watch a live stream of that thing being pulled out of the lake?
I feel the same way about watching that you do about hearing me and Gabe talk about golfers at the Philadelphia Cricket Club. Okay?
So, just so you know, full disclosure, while you were talking about golf, I was watching the stream of the crews pulling
So here's the deal.
To the location.
Jen, you watch the stream of the boat being pulled from the barge, whatever it is, and Gabe and I will continue to discuss who would be viable this weekend at the Philadelphia Cricket Club, because that, to me, is much more interesting than watching some big boat be tugged in.
Well,
when it's
you
been
don't
sitting there
have
for
the
6 months.
attachment to the boat that Gabe does. Gabe is like all in on the story and the backstory.
It's just such a wild story. Like, Shefty, somebody ran out of gas and just left the boat there. It's basically what.
By the way, I think we buried the lead here too. I just noticed this. Did Gabe shave?
Yes. For charity.
Yeah. So do some fundraising every year for the Mac Fund.
For whatever it's worth, we've been trying to bury it since it happened, Adam.
I joined our afternoon show. Things were happening, and somebody said, "Hey, what would it cost to, trim the beard off?" So we raised a little over $1,000 for the Mac Fund, and we shaved the beard off.
How
Okay,
long
now
did
we
you
have
have
to
the
ask
beard for,
Adam.
Gabe?
10 years.
How long?
10 years.
10 years. Because I'm looking down, I'm going, who's this guy that I don't recognize? And I'm going, what is that? Right?
Yeah.
So,
No, it's a lot of people. I ran into a lot of people for the first time yesterday at a media event at Erin Hills, and same thing, Shefty. Not a lot of people were recognizing me.
I will say this: it's looking better because you've got like stubble coming
stubble
in
now.
But that first
are
day,
you going to grow it back? Are you growing it back, Gabe?
Yes, I am growing it back. My wife was horrified when I walked out of the bathroom after I shaved it off. So we got to grow this thing back as quickly as possible. Yes.
Oh, so she likes the beard.
She likes the beard. Yep. And really, we all know that's the only vote that actually counts.
One more golf question.
Yeah.
Do you think the ratings would be better for the PGA if the golfers played cricket instead of golf this weekend? Because it was painful last weekend. I knew one guy on the leaderboard.
Yeah, but he was the best guy.
Well, I know all the guys, but I would just say that last week that guy was so insane. Like on Sunday, Van Rooyen, the golfer, I think Eric Van Rooyen, I think he was 8 under, had 2 eagles, and didn't close any ground on Scotty Scheffler. Scotty Scheffler is ridiculous. He is ridiculous. He is a certifiable superstar, and the guy is
good.
He performs at a different level.
Okay, so the trucks have pulled up.
Back to the boat.
Unloading
Yeah.
the equipment in an attempt to get the boat pulled out of the lake. Adam Schefter, we appreciate
now let's
you
get
hanging
back
out
to
with
Gabe's
us.
beard. Let's get back to Gabe's beard. So we'll go from the boat to golf to beards, right? Those are the 3 topics that are about to have between today.
Adam Schefter, we appreciate you hanging out with us. Have a great one. We'll talk to you again soon.
We'll talk to you next week on schedule release day.
Oh, baby.
Oh, nice. Good tease.
Yeah, there you go. Have a great day, guys.
Surprised Chewy recognized that as a tease. Good job, Chew. All right, we'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to. Stick around.
Our conversation each and every week with Adam Schefter, brought to you by the Island Resort and Casino, largest resort north of Milwaukee, with everything you want to do in one place. Book your stay, because I'm going to be going up there later this summer. I love playing the golf. Maybe you want to visit the spa. Check out the great restaurants. It all starts islandresortandcasino.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Have you seen them yet?
Seen what?
4 different ways to say I love you.
I'd love to see those. Show me the list.
What list?
The list of 4 different ways to say I love you.
Let's start over.
Where are you going, Monica?
I'm going to get the 4 different ways to say I love you.
Sarah, imagine a box of assorted chocolates.
Okay.
When you open the lid, what do you see?
I see a guy sitting on a park bench saying, life is like a box of chocolates.
But what are the shapes of the chocolates?
There are 4 different shapes.
Here they are.
Those are gorgeous.
4 diamond pendants covered in diamonds.
Almost like they were dipped in diamonds.
And each diamond was created inside a miniature star.
But you'd have to be rich to afford one of these.
Choose the diamond pendant you like best. $148.
I love Kessler's.
Everyone loves Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking a lot about all the times my mom went out of her way just to make me happy. Honestly, I've lost count. All of the pickups from practice, help with the homework, the home-cooked meals. My mom is the best. That's why this year I'm returning the favor with the bouquet from the Books Company. And I got you 25% off of your order so you can send some happiness to your moms, too. Books aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some are even grown on the side of a volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go for the Books Flower subscription so she can get fresh blooms and major joy on repeat. It's also really easy. I pick my bouquet, delivery date, and done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your auntie, and even grandma too. Mother's Day is May 11th, so hurry and order your Books now. Go to Books.com, use promo code CANTY to get 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Books, promo code CANTY.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Is Cialis Daily really better than Viagra?
If you like spontaneity, the answer is yes. So when the mood strikes, you're ready to go.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is definitely much happier.
When you take it, you're ready to go.
Does Cialis Daily last longer than Viagra?
Guys are raving that their results last even longer.
My partner thinks that I am a rock star.
Because it is effective,
I say I'm on a second honeymoon.
It's literally life-changing.
Are 30-day sample packs available?
You can now access a 30-day sample pack at TryRexMD.com with generics if appropriate. Online approval at TryRexMD.com is simple, with medication delivered direct to your door. There's no copay, no doctor office visit, and your shipping is always free. Visit TryRexMD.com to get your sample pack. That's TryRexMD.com.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He sounds like the Beatles.
What?
Anyone?
This is a new one on me.
Listen to his
don't
interview,
know.
the way he talks. He sounds like Paul McCartney. Ringo farted and it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We'll get to the Green Bay Packers in the second hour of the show, but apparently we just bzzed past something yesterday that we should have stopped, paused, and dug in on. Exactly. Chewy, did you get sent home from the Kentucky Derby party this weekend?
What? I was escorted home. I wasn't sent home. But
Is that better?
Were you leaving earlier than the person who was escorting you wanted to leave?
No, she just gives me it's time to go. And I'm like, okay.
Were you having too much fun?
A little bit. Half a cup.
What did you do that preceded the, all right, it's time to go?
So my knees have gotten bad over the last, 6 months or
56 years?
Yeah. So there was a little bit of a wobble. I wobble a little bit now. I wish I wasn't tall. See, I'll blame it on the knees. It wasn't so much anything else. It's just I'm too tall at my age.
I wish I was a little bit shorter.
Shrinking.
Yeah.
It's when you're sitting in a chair, it's a long ways up. And when your knees start to go, it's a little harder to get up out of the chair. So people like to insinuate other things when it's not that. It's just I'm old and tall.
But also you're at a
get my
Kentucky
drift?
but also you're at a Kentucky Derby party, so it
So
could
you
have
were
been
also
the other.
drunk.
Yeah, could have been the other thing.
Whoa.
I mean, I'm sure that didn't help a little bit, and people like to point fingers, but I blame it on that I'm
mint
old
juleps?
and tall. Old and tall.
Perhaps overserved is the language we like to use here.
I I don't know. I wish that, time to start shrinking. Maybe I need to eat more because you don't eat more as much when you're older.
I'm trying to follow your logic here. One, you want to be shorter.
Gravity. If I put on more weight, it's going to pull me down and shrink me.
I don't think that's how that works.
Nope.
I think it does.
Again.
Then why do people shrink?
Your bones.
Yeah.
Also, you start bending over, like hunched over, and that takes away a few
my
inches.
bone is not shrinking.
Oh my gosh! So again, started the show.
You guys, you know what? This is another part of it. This is another part of your tall people arrogance, or reverse arrogance, or whatever it is. If you've never been tall, you don't know what it's like to be tall.
Smart's the same.
People with age tend to shrink due to several factors, primarily involving the spine and its supporting structures. Degenerative disc disease, and eventually bone degeneration and compression fractures, particularly.
At what age, do they say?
I mean, I'm sure it's different for everybody. I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all.
What you're hoping to lose a couple of inches? I mean, how much do you actually think you're going to shrink?
I think 6'1" would be good for me.
You're not going to lose that much, pal.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, I could saw you off at the ankles, and that might help. But
and then Joshy could carry me around like Hodor. Gabe has no idea what we're talking about because he's never seen Game of Thrones.
I'm not
Imagine me on Joshy's back and Joshy being Hodor. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah,
Next Halloween?
The problem is you're not a dainty little prince. Even 6'1" is a lot of man to carry around.
I think that would be a great Halloween costume.
Also, shout out to me for using dainty the first time correctly on the show ever.
Dainty?
Yeah.
Is that a shot at me?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
direct.
How did I use dainty? How did I?
Are you serious right now?
You called Jordan
You mean
Love
Jordan Love?
dainty.
I don't think I'd be alone. I mean,
We put it on the poll, man. It was like 99%.
Nah, was it 99? I've never broken. What's Homer's little?
I believe we
record?
did break that. I think we got to a poll to 97% once.
I think the question wasn't though, is he dainty? Is calling a quarterback dainty an insult or something like that? That's how it was phrased.
I don't think so.
Well, we know you said it
over and over again.
I think dainty is a word that should be used more. I think there should be an emoji for dainty. I mean, an emoji will be part of the power ranking.
So now we did forensics on the Giannis post the other day where we were trying to figure out what the prayer hands and the salute emoji meant, and now he thinks he's an emoji expert.
The question that we posted on April 1st, is it a compliment to call a quarterback frail and dainty? 91.2% of people said, hell no.
91.2.
That is a win. That's a win.
Just because you're not alone doesn't mean you're winning.
I'll take it. It's like that's why I can walk away from the table when I'm gambling, unlike some other degenerates on this show.
You mean when you're losing 91%, that's when you walk away?
I don't look at that as a loss. I look at it as a 9% gain.
Because he was planning on losing it all.
Hodor. Where do you go from here, Jen? I have no idea.
Well, you can't use Lincoln Memorial Drive right now, at least not very easily along the lakefront as they are preparing to take care of the boat that's stranded out there, so just be careful. Onto the freeway, though, we do have delays northbound 43 out of the Marquette all the way up past Keefe, southbound slowing down from just before Bender Road all the way down past Burleigh. Eastbound 94, you got your backups out of the Zoo interchange to 35th, the westbound side heavy from 25th Street through the stadium to Mitchell Boulevard, and then again from the Zoo to the county line. And we do have a crash on 175 northbound right about at State Street. The left lane is blocked. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, a few clouds early, lots of sun, though. Lake breeze later on, a high of 68 at the lake, 73 inland. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 48. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Variety. Please watch out for those of us in Wisconsin who do their traveling on two wheels. Adjust your mirrors to reduce your blind spots. Allow motorcyclists a full lane width. Use your turn signal when merging or changing lanes. And allow more following distance between you and the motorcycle. Motorists and motorcyclists can work together to achieve zero preventable deaths on Wisconsin roads. Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Learn more at zeroinwisconsin.gov. Wisconsin DOT.
With a dedicated Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. For 15 years, we've been serving businesses, organizations, and individuals in the area with a long-standing commitment to the healthcare and not-for-profit sectors. Whether it's expansion to commercial payments, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions to navigate your organization's complex needs. Experience the difference with Fifth Third Bank. National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
The buffet that we used to frequent and go through when I was a college student was the buffet at Sizzler.
What happened to you yesterday? I got mugged.
You got mugged?
Mugged? Well, I wouldn't have minded it so much, but I was running home to go to the
Is
bathroom.
Sizzler still a thing?
Not here.
I haven't seen a Sizzler.
Not here.
God was a boy.
That was like a big deal when we got to go to the Sizzler buffet. Ooh, watch out.
Well, why didn't you use the bathroom in the building? It was full. And I tried a few other places, but that didn't work. I mean, it was an emergency, Jerry. I was really percolating.
We need to do a show, all of us together, from a Sizzler, and we can eat the buffet all day long as we broadcast to you.
I don't need to be.
Milwaukee 94.5.
I don't need to be crapping through a screen door. Adam, right?
But now I got a big problem, buddy. What is it? Well, I waited so long, I missed my chance. You didn't go? No, and now I can't get it back.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight. He ain't doing nothing but running his mouth, talk about it.
I had been led to believe that the Green Bay Packers would be playing the Steelers in Ireland this upcoming NFL season. I have now been led to believe that I was led astray. A report yesterday saying that the Packers will not, in fact, be the team that the Steelers are playing overseas, but in fact, it will be the Vikings. We talked a smidge about this with Adam Schefter just to see if Aaron Rodgers, will he or won't he, where have I heard that before, is playing a role in this. But a little closer to home, gang, is the fact that Ben Brust, our colleague, was the gentleman who said it would be the Packers, in fact.
February 6th. Our guy Benny B tweeted out, I am hearing from sources the Packers will play the Steelers on September 28th at Croke Park in Dublin, Ireland.
Okay, a lot of details there, a lot of information, date, teams, etc. And, we kind of thought, okay, this will be great. Packers, Steelers. But I do want to recognize at least the potential that this Aaron Rodgers thing's jammed this up.
Oh, 100%.
That the Packers were, in fact, in line to play the Steelers in Ireland. But then when it became a possibility that Aaron Rodgers would be the quarterback of the Steelers, that they would not take that game, Packers v. Steelers, Love v. Rodgers, all of it, and put that overseas at 9 a.m. on a random day. I gotta think that the league is like, nope, we're gonna primetime that bad boy and suck every single eyeball we can out of it. And I think that's maybe why we're seeing this direct contradiction to what Ben reported in February.
Yeah, it's got Sunday at 3:25 written all over it. Whenever that game is, it's going to be Sunday at 3:25. Whoever, if it's Fox, if it's CBS, they're going to protect the crap out of that game and not allow it being on Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football. That is going to be a middle of the afternoon Sunday game whenever it happens. Because, you heard Schefter talking about it, that the NFL is proceeding with this schedule, not necessarily Aaron Rodgers, but that the Steelers will have a viable option at quarterback when they're putting together the schedule. And if ownership for the Steelers is telling the league, hey, we think we're eventually going to get something done with Rodgers, yeah, you want to prepare for that inevitability. And if you schedule this thing over in Ireland, you can't undo that. You schedule it 3:25 or you schedule it for Sunday Night Football, you got flex scheduling. If it ends up being, who's the guy they have? If it's Kenny Pickett playing against Jordan Love, okay, we'll throw that thing back at noon and figure something else for that afternoon. But you put it over in Ireland, well, you're stuck. There's no flex scheduling out of the international game.
So, Chew, given all of that information, do we still have the leeway, the right to dunk on Ben Bruss this morning?
Not really. No, we don't. No, because we should have known this from the start. It's Ben, right?
So you were already giving him like a
very. Who do you think his source was?
I don't know. He had a lot of information, man.
He did.
To have the dates and the location within Dublin, it wasn't just the Packers are going to play the Steelers in Ireland this year. He had a lot of pretty pertinent information on the report that he initially put out there.
Yeah, but it's not like it's coming from Tausch or something like. It's Benny.
Wait, I love this idea. We're going to power rank the people who have credibility here at Good Karma Brands. So here's the exercise. If someone said, here's my inside information, I have inside information about the Green Bay Packers, power rank, Chew, who you would trust from top to bottom.
Well, number one would be Jason. Mm-hmm. Jason's clearly a number one. I would put myself in Tausch 2. Just because we still have ties.
The list is absolutely destroyed.
How are you not putting Jen 2? She's an actual report.
I got a lot of people up there. See, now I become kind of the rat, where we didn't like the rats when I played, and I knew who the rats were. I still have peeps.
You've never, literally ever, broken a single morsel.
That's because no one asked me to,
All right, if that's all it takes.
Nah, I'm good.
From right now, no, I am asking you to break more Packers news on this show. I am asking you, so now you cannot use that as an excuse anymore.
Yeah.
This is me officially requesting to you that you break more
This is like when my husband says to me, just tell me what you need me to do around the house. Okay, buddy, here comes the list.
Well, now all I'm going to do is give Gabe a number and say, here, call this number, pretend you're me, which I have done before, by the way. My agent back in my, this is probably like middle years of the Packers, wanted me to call a potential client for him, and I just wasn't feeling it. So I asked my Cato Kalin to call him, which he did, and the guy never found out. Yeah. And he talked to him for like an hour. So that was brilliant of me. So, Gabe, right back at you. I'll get you the number.
So, hold on. So, the list goes Jason Wilde, Tausch, and you are tied for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then what?
Jen, you're 3.
Thank you.
Well, that would be technically 4.
Oh, that's correct. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Leaderboards and whatnot.
Yeah.
Would I go Homer next? Well, let me go from the bottom. The bottom would be Strofe, even though he's from Green Bay.
Actually, would give Strofe a leg up on Benny.
No, Benny's still got some. He could go to Barry, and Barry might make a call, go that route. So he's a little more
plugged in,
more established. Brad, just because Brad's a little more professional than Ben, I would put him above Ben. And then I would probably go Homer, Gabe. Am I missing anyone? Because don't forget, Homer's still got John Anderson. He's got Balaga.
I mean, those are all technically teammates.
You could put them on the power rankings, too.
All right. Well, Balaga's got to be high, too.
You know,
Although
I appreciate that Chewy's doing deep thoughts this morning as we pay homage to deep thoughts.
I don't know. To me, I don't know how skilled Balaga is in the art of conversation because the only thing I've ever heard him say is Brian Balaga.
Oh, boy. He literally does a show with Homer.
If I
He was
brought
a part
up
of the
Brian...
pregame show.
Yeah, but I'm in bed by then.
9 a.m.?
It's not at 9 a.m.
The pregame show.
Oh, I don't watch pregame shows.
It's a radio show. Good grief, man.
I know, but aren't they on at like 8 o'clock at night?
Pregame?
No, Homer's
No,
not at
no.
5.
Pre, do you not understand?
Yes.
All of it. The P, the R, and the E.
I'm just talking about during the week. I don't listen to this during the weekend because I grind it out all weekend. I told you guys yesterday, I need a break. I have to breathe because I'm a grinder.
Do you think, Chew?
By the way, the Homer Hour's on at 5 p.m.
Yeah, that's Central Time, though, Gabe.
So that's 6 p.m. your time.
Oh, and you're not back here in Central Time in a few weeks?
Oh, yeah.
Friday. I don't really want to wear a coat.
Friday. So
it's going to be 70.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do people who purchase plane tickets and Airbnbs in Ireland with the expectation that the Packers would be over there, can they get that money out of Ben Brust?
Look, if you decided to invest that type of money in travel off of a Ben Rust report, that's on you. You got no one to blame
I
but
love
yourself.
that you just changed Ben Brust to Ben Bust since that's what this was, a big old bust.
No, because out of all the shows, I'm talking weekly shows, if anyone deserves a disclaimer, it should be that one, KBN.
I mean, this is a glass houses moment. You've made some outrageous, erroneous claims in your history.
I don't think so.
In Chewy's mind, he's batting 1,000%.
Yeah.
Never missed.
What
Undefeated.
outrageous
Never lost.
claims have I made?
Gaslights himself through life is what's basically happening.
Josh,
We have a liner that runs of Craig telling you know the most fiction.
Well, that's true. You want to know fiction and nonfiction, right? I tell you what, I revert to, and I will live by it, that knowledge is knowledge, even if it's wrong. That spells me.
No, you know what? Again, deep thoughts, right?
I mean,
the whole show is a paid homage to Deep Thoughts, the boat that is being pulled out of the lake today, and Chewy just keeps trying to give us his deepest thoughts.
I will agree with Chewy that knowledge is knowledge, even if it's wrong, does describe Chewy to a T. Just it is the perfect explanation for one Mark Chimera.
Right, and nobody agrees with him.
Like Ben's knowledge was wrong about the game in Ireland, but it's still knowledge because now you know what's wrong, and now you're not going to go get an Airbnb. Am I right or wrong? Thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay. Matt LaFleur probably thrilled. As we know, Matty doesn't love having his team go overseas for games. But what about Packers fans? Was there any part of you that was looking forward to a potential game in Ireland? Were you thinking, hey, yeah, let's pack up the fam, let's go over there, let's take in a game? Was there any, or were most people like, I'd rather not? Like, that doesn't sound like something fun.
No,
Do you think there are people who are disappointed this morning that the Packers are not the team playing the Steelers in Ireland?
No, and I think it's unfair that the Packers are one of the elite teams in the NFL because they're not asking Seattle to go. They're not asking the Texans to go. This would be the third year in a row that they would have to go internationally, and I don't think it's fair. I don't. And I'm starting to wonder, is the juice worth the squeeze here, really?
NFL thinks so. I mean, they keep expanding it, Chew.
And they're going to keep expanding.
But we're not putting a team in London, which is really the only place you could do it. And what are they doing over there? Buying a few jerseys?
Well, they're getting tickets. You're getting people interested in the game.
Gabe, if they played the game in the States, they're getting tickets anyway. So that's a wash.
Well, yeah, but you're hoping that the interest internationally is how you grow. Like they figured they've pretty much hit the market cap in the United States. So the way to grow interest in the NFL and make more money and make everything more valuable is if you get more people interested in the game worldwide.
Isn't growing your business internationally like the one thing that's going to supercharge? Like that's
Well, and I think they look at the English Premier League and they're going, if that league over there in Europe, and obviously can have the appeal it has to a large number of people here in the United States, why can't the NFL do the inverse? That's what they're looking at. They're saying, you got people waking up at that ass crack of dawn and going to local pubs and taking in their games and all that. And you got a rabid fan base here in the States. So I think Roger Goodell and company are looking at that going, we want that over there.
Do we not think there's going to be an international team in our near future?
I think so.
I don't know about the near future.
10 years?
Yeah.
I don't. I just don't know how you can. I'm trying to figure out the economics of it. Like, for the players would be incredibly hard. Like, if you put a team in London, like, how are you scheduling that team from London when they come to the States and then they go back over there? How are you going to sign free agents if you're London? Like, those are all, like, do you really want to go and live whatever schedule that's going to be?
Maybe you do 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, or 3 weeks on. I mean, baseball does it. You go on 10-game road trips, where you're gone for 14 days or whatever, and it's being 12 days.
But if you go out to Los Angeles, you have to fly back to New York, not London.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to play because once every years, you're playing those teams out west, whether it's the NFC West, whether it's the AFC West. And those are long trips.
Maybe you have a home base here in the States that they stay at when they are on on an away stand, because their technically home is London.
So now if you're a player, you got to have two places? You have a place here and a place in London?
Again, I haven't gone through all of this, but they would figure out a way.
I think that's where I think it just gets too complicated.
There's got to be a way they track, like, ratings in London or Germany during Sunday. My guess is it's just not that big.
But it's growing. But it's clearly growing, Chew, which is why they keep trying to get into these markets. And the more people that get interested in it, it just continues to compound.
Yeah.
Jim weighing in saying they'd have to make it a whole division of 4 teams in Europe to make it feasible.
Which is never going to happen.
So, like, its own division.
How far apart is London to New York versus New York to LA in terms of hours travel?
It's not that different.
I don't think it's that different. However, but by expanding that footprint, if you're going London now to LA, like, that's going to be the difficult part.
Yeah, I understand that. I just don't think that's going to be an impediment. I don't think they're that concerned with.
Plus the time change.
Time travel and time change. They're concerned about
Well, they're not concerned about
money.
Players anyway. So
right.
They don't
Correct.
care if they're sitting on a plane
I'm starting
for
from the
19
point.
hours.
But if I'm an owner, like, I'm going to have to work extra hard to convince free agents to go to London. That's a fact.
Saudi billionaire would gladly buy that team in London.
Well, I mean, that London team's going to stink.
Probably.
Do you want to be a guy that gets drafted to London? No.
Hell no. NFL doesn't care.
No, they don't care. No.
So
you're being too rational. That's your problem. You are suffering from all the wrong things. Being logical and rational.
And then why isn't the Jaguars already moved over there?
Why don't they go to Canada? Why don't they buy the Canadian Football League? That makes more sense.
I think Canada and Mexico City both are realistic options.
Yeah,
I think those are more realistic than.
Yeah, I agree. I could live in Toronto.
James in the 608 weighing in saying eventually the NFL will create an NFL Europe League and the winner will play the winner of the Super Bowl for the World Championship. And then Jared in Canton says, I see Chewy is over here gas lamping again.
Classic gas lamp.
Classic gas lamping.
I thought it was gas lighting.
It is.
But
when you did not know what it was, I famously called it gas lamping.
Oh, sorry.
We got to take a break. We have Chewy's power rankings coming up next. That should be a wild ride. Stick around. I want to tell you guys about my friends over at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces the addition of an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. I know you're thinking, want to go out for dinner? Where should we go? Thinking sushi. You probably don't think of St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Well, now you should. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspiring inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate. Learn more at stkatearts.com. That's stkatearts.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound 41, a heavy ride from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive to Burleigh. Northbound's backed up from Watertown Plank Road all the way up past Capitol as well. Southbound 43 backing up from Silver Spring down past Burleigh. Northbound is also backed up from the Marquette all the way up to Keefe. Now, within those backups, we do have a crash at the end of the Highland Avenue on-ramp to northbound, so just watch out for that if you're going to be heading through that neck of the woods. Westbound 94 slowing down from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. More delays from the zoo and in pockets all the way in through the Waukesha County area to about Brookfield Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, a few clouds early, lots of sun, lake breeze later on, a high of 68 at the lakefront, 73 inland. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 48. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Law Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
You gotta do is put up. Eric Church is back and bringing his unforgettable live show to Milwaukee. Eric Church, Free the Machine Tour. With special guest, Marcus King Band. No sleep until the work was. Fiserv Forum, Friday, September 26th. Get tickets Friday, May 9th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. His new album, Evangeline vs. the Machine, is out now. One epic night of music that you won't want to miss. Eric Church, Free the Machine Tour. Live at Fiserv Forum, Friday, September 26th. Get tickets Friday, May 9th. For more, visit ericchurch.com. Produced by Messina Touring Group.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
St. Anne's Center for Intergenerational Care recently switched to James Imaging Systems for their document imaging technology. Why? CFO Sally Parente.
Well, I think that boils back down to the service. We have a good partnership with James Imaging.
With James, you get more than a vendor relationship. You get a local business technology partner.
Oh, absolutely. I can pick up the phone at any time, contact our representative, and he's right on it.
James Imaging Systems, business technology, and local support for more productivity, more value.
Definitely. We're a nonprofit here. We have to watch every penny, so we really feel very comfortable in that area with James Imaging.
Comfortable enough to recommend James Imaging Systems to others?
Well, without hesitation, I would recommend James Imaging. They won't be disappointed.
James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And guess who didn't hit the hole? Zeke Elliott.
Ashton.
Well, I mean, yes. Yeah, right back there?
That's so true.
It was a direct shot. She took out the sniper rifle and just...
She got right up to me, took out a Glock, and just shot.
Yeah, right in the balls.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Is your business ready to take the next step? Fifth Third Commercial Bank Wisconsin, our team of local experienced advisors are here to propel you forward. We understand your needs and offer in-depth expertise, cutting-edge technology, and tailored solutions to streamline your cash collections, automate payments, and safeguard your assets with top-notch fraud mitigation tools. Contact Fifth Third in downtown Milwaukee today. Let's eliminate the non-value ad work so you can focus on what truly matters the most: growing your business. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
It's Chewy's favorite segment of the week.
Hey, big guy, you catch the game?
It's Power Rankings time on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You catch the game last night? Can I say yes to you?
What will the big guy have in store for us today?
See the game last night?
Which game?
Any of them.
Okay, in honor of Giannis, we are going to power rank the top. This is for 2024. The top 10 emojis used in 2024 from Do Finder. Why are you laughing?
Because it's funny.
Okay. And I'm just going to tell you guys, I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I use this 1, 6, 7, 8, 8. 8 of them.
Okay.
I know he uses the thumbs up.
Yeah, the thumbs up is on there.
You use that sucker all the time. Oh, jeez,
I am
Louise.
going to give you... I think you guys are going to struggle here. I will give you 14 to get 8. 14 to get 8. Okay? So thumbs up was number 4.
Okay.
You guys use that a lot or no?
Yeah, enough. I mean,
I don't use a lot of emojis.
Why? You're
I
too
just
good? Ooh, sorry.
Just
Mr.
don't.
Golfer.
I just don't. I don't know.
Um,
Not a part of my texting patterns.
Smiley face.
Yeah, smiley face.
La 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 la. Smiley face with smiling eyes is number 10.
Whoa.
10.
Okay.
I don't use it a lot. It's not happy enough for me. I go happier than that.
Is it the one with the hearts for eyes?
Well, you got the hearts for eyes, then you got the hearts on the outside
All
of the
right,
head.
slow down a little bit, please.
I'm saying hearts for eyes.
Hearts for eyes is number 9.
Oof.
So you guys are rolling.
Kind of, but why are we getting all the ones at the bottom of the list?
What about like peace sign, deuces?
You're not as
Chewy
hip
uses
as I
that
am.
one.
The one that gets used the most by far.
The heart?
Crying, laughing.
Crying. Yeah, that's true.
I
that
use a
one
crying,
crushes.
laughing. Yep. Crying, laughing.
I don't know if I can give it to you though.
What? Why? Because Joshy said it?
Well, I'll give it to you, but it's under protest. It's loudly crying face.
See,
I don't
now-
think that's the same one, but
Well,
I'll
yes.
give it to you
Well, look at the emoji, for goodness sakes. Is it the one where they're crying?
Are there
No.
tears coming out of the eyes?
Yeah, but a lot of them. Like waterfalls. I don't think. I don't think
Wait,
Josh
wait,
was
wait,
thinking that emoji.
Hold on. So I think there are two emojis. There's one where
Yeah.
there are tears coming down the face, like in straight lines, and then there's ones where the tears are on the outside, where it's the laughing, crying. I'm laughing so hard, I'm crying. That's got to be on the list too.
I don't think I can give that to Josh because he doesn't want to be Hodor. Which one did you say, Jen?
It's
no,
the
that's not.
Where was the laughter one that we got?
laughing while crying.
That was number 5.
Okay. And then
you
Jen,
said another crying?
Which one is number 5? What's the
Laughing-
name of the number 5?
That one is loudly crying face.
I thought you said that was number 1.
No, you guys didn't get that one.
Oh, I thought you said loudly crying face was something else. I think
5.
we're getting jammed up because you don't know the
All
names
right,
of them.
So you got 4 thumbs up, 5 under protest, loudly crying face, and you have smiling face with heart-shaped eyes, and then you have smiling face with smiling eyes at number 10.
Okay, how about just a heart?
Heart is number 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chewy uses deuces, right? Peace sign. We got 6 to play with.
All right. I just don't know how many people use the peace sign. But Chewy, peace sign?
Nope, no peace sign.
No deuces?
And I don't use that one. No, that's you. I don't like deuces.
Deuces?
That's a try hard. We call that try hard. You're trying too hard.
We call that try hard. You're trying too hard. A lot of mystery there. And this is in honor again of Giannis, who
is
posted
it the 100?
That's one miss.
How about the ones Giannis used?
Yeah,
prayer hands.
Oh, prayer hands has got to be up there.
Prayer hands is 6.
Okay, can you reset the list for us, please?
Okay, you got 2. I don't know if I should be giving this to you because 2 is heavy black heart. That's what it's called. But it's red. And it says, an enduring symbol of love, the heavy black heart emoji signifies deep affection and adoration.
So we nailed it. It's the red
Why
heart.
is it
right?
black?
But there's
It's
also
not-
a black heart.
Is anyone
but he said
using
the picture
black
is a
heart?
red heart.
Oh, yeah.
You got 4 thumbs up. You got 5 loudly crying face. You have folded hands, prayer hands, 6. And then you got smiling face with heart-shaped eyes, 9. Smiling face with smiling eyes, 10.
If this has taught me anything so far, it's that I need to start editorializing.
No.
There was
The
an
list.
there was an NFL power rankings that we could have just done.
We did it last week.
There's a new one.
No, it's still post-draft.
I'm going to just go into my text chain and see like what
Fire emoji,
what ones.
1 million.
Fire emoji is you're absolutely
Nope,
right.
not on there.
Get out of town.
Smell you, flip you,
Wrong,
flap you.
wrong,
Not on there.
Wrong.
Do we go Giannis?
Wrong.
That's 2 wrong.
Giannis salute?
You got
Wrong. There's no way fire's not on the list.
It's just not
fire. Is that it? You guys out?
No, we got a bunch
You
of
guys need to
guesses.
start rapid fire.
Giannis, we'll do salute.
Salute, not there. That's 3. I'm dominating.
I don't know that you are, bud.
No.
I think I am.
A little gas lamping happening here.
If by dominating and making the show worse, yes, you're doing that. You've succeeded. You've won.
Just for that, I'm running the clock.
Clock was already technically running since we were overtime. How about Sparkles? Is Sparkles on the list?
Sparkle's not on. See, I knew you guys would fade. You'd get all the popular ones. Now you got no chance.
The 100 emoji.
Not on.
You did the smiley face with the hearts, right? We got that one?
Mm-hmm.
How about the other smiley face with the hearts around the face? Blah, blah, blah.
You don't know the name of it, though.
What?
Smiley face with smiling eyes and 3 hearts?
Yes.
All right, I'll give you that one. That's 8.
3 hearts. Blah, blah, blah. I did
You know
that.
what's also probably happening here is there's multiple crying emojis that are on the list, and that's why he was debating.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, there is the straight down tears, then there's the tears on the outside of the
That's the
face where the
There's
laughing,
rolling
and then there's
laughing.
rolling laughing. I mean,
You got rolling. All right, there's rolling laughing. That's 3.
All right, just give us the last 2 because we've got.
All right, number 1, face with tears of joy. You didn't get.
that is the face with tears of joy. Are you insane?
No, you didn't say joy. You got to say joy.
We said
There was no joy.
She just said
described the picture.
laughing. We said laughing.
There's also no established term for these.
Face throwing a kiss. You didn't get that one.
Darn it.
Yep.
7. Yep.
And that's all of them, and I won again.
No, you didn't.
You told us we had to get 8. We got 8.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
You
we
might
did.
have you might have won, but everyone else lost. So take that for what
He
it's
told
worth.
us to get 8. We got 3. We had 14 to get 8. We got 3 wrong. And we got 8.
Joshy is so mad right now.
So annoyed. This is the worst thing we've done in a long time.
I mean, I feel like we started in a good spot. I feel like the list.
Yeah, we were.
And then we got caught up on definitions
Correct.
of emojis.
It was the semantics between how we were defining the emoji. What we should have done was used his whiteboard. We
Yes.
should have used a whiteboard, drawn the emoji, and then held it up for him.
But you described the pictures very well.
Honestly, I know.
He
Do
wanted.
you guys know the
verbiage.
number to HR? I can only take so much.
What are you going to complain? I want to hear this complaint.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Here's good content. Let's work out what your complaint would be.
He's breaking up. The microphone's breaking
What emoji would you use for that?
Do you guys know how much I hate you? That's complaint number one.
Starting to
That is
realize.
number
I
one.
feel it's a good place to start. If we're workshopping this, it's a good place to start.
Okay.
I hate my co-hosts.
We've enjoyed having Professional Construction Inc. help us with our home projects. As you might know, Dario and I, not the most handy people. We can handle a few things around the house, but when it comes to the big things, the important things, we always rely on our friends over at PCI. Our basement is fantastic, thanks to the dedication and the hard work and the expertise of the PCI team. Mike and Michelle operate a family-owned company. They believe in building relationships and doing exceptional work on your projects. They've been in business for more than 20 years, and you don't hang around for that long unless you are doing a really good job. Learn more about PCI and see their work at professionalconstructioninc.com. That's professionalconstructioninc.com for all of your home improvement projects.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound 41, a heavy ride from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive to Burleigh. Northbound's backed up from Watertown Plank Road all the way up past Capitol as well. Southbound 43 backing up from Silver Spring down past Burleigh. Northbound is also backed up from the Marquette all the way up to Keefe. Now, within those backups, we do have a crash at the end of the Highland Avenue on-ramp to northbound, so just watch out for that if you're going to be heading through that neck of the woods. Westbound 94 slowing down from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. More delays from the zoo and in pockets all the way in through the Waukesha County area to about Brookfield Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, a few clouds early, lots of sun, lake breeze later on, a high of 68 at the lakefront, 73 inland. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 48. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Summer's getting closer, and Brewers action at American Family Field is only heating up. Don't miss a Midwestern throwdown between the Brewers and the Twins, May 16th through the 18th. Get a Jedi Jackson Churio Star Wars Night bauble with a special theme night ticket on the 16th. Then get here early for an exclusive Brewers cribbage board giveaway for the first 25,000 fans on the 17th. Presented by 620 WTMJ. Get tickets at brewers.com.
At Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless, another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman. The summer months are all about activity, but you can't experience that activity if you have pain in your joints. QC Kinetics has been the nation's leader in non-surgical relief for that joint pain. Don't just take my word for it. There's over 50,000 satisfied patients nationwide. It's truly remarkable how Milwaukee's medical direct, Dr. Ashley Caravelli and her team are using regenerative cell therapy to restore that tissue in your achy joints. They're utilizing biological growth factors, things I've seen with my own two eyes at the Greenfield location. It's a powerful and potent way to give new life to your joints, repairing that old tissue that's causing all the pain. And the best part, with QC Kinetics, there's no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Give yourself the gift of pain-free living and lasting relief with QC Kinetics so you can do all the things you enjoy this summer. Get your free consultation today by calling QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com. Evan Cohen here. When the draft clock is ticking, you've got to pick the best talent, regardless of position, to fit your team's needs. Well, if you're hiring for your business, you want to find the best talent for any of your roles. That's why you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology hustles to find qualified candidates for your job immediately. And if you see a standout candidate, ZipRecruiter lets you personally invite them to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I have told you how many times. Do not mess with electricity, Chew.
And I don't. I did. I did. But I don't.
Incident?
There was one.
Plumbing, you're going to get wet. Electricity, you're going to die.
On 94.5 ESPN.
So May is upon us, and May, of course, is Mental Health Awareness Month. We want to encourage everyone to take care of their well-being and break the stigma, because the world is better when people are healthy and happy. You know, mental health awareness is obviously growing, but there's still progress to be made. 26% of Americans who participated in a recent survey say they have avoided seeking mental health support due to the fear of judgment. That stinks. BetterHelp has more than 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapist from their diverse network of more than 30,000 licensed therapists with a wide range of specialties. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving more than 5 million people worldwide. You can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. We are all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout for 10% off your first month with BetterHelp.
It's something everyone should see.
You gonna be okay, big guy? I know
I'm good.
we were pretty tough on you that last segment of the show, and
I got thick skin.
That's the designated yell guy.
Yeah,
designated
that's me.
yell guy.
that's
But
true.
you
But we
guys
weren't
destroyed
yelling.
my-
Yeah.
You destroyed my confidence to the point where, I long snap in the Super Bowl, a lot of pressure there to now with you guys, I don't want to even play wing on extra point. I have no
You know what this
confidence.
is, right? This is a strategy to make Joshy pick the list so he doesn't even have to do that step of the process going forward.
I'm glad I've damaged an NFL athlete so far, is that now he's got the list yips. Power ranking yips. I take that as a point of pride.
List yips.
And the other factor is we can just work together a little more. Maybe I don't let you go rogue so much, because you've had some tough showings these past couple months.
Here's
It's
what
been
the
a tough
people
time.
want. Here's what the people want. They want it tied into previous shows. So I said, hey, Giannis had emoji in his little cryptic message, so let's spin it that way.
Again, the heart was in the
What
right
did I
spot.
do wrong?
The heart was in the right place. When Jen is describing the emojis and what they look like, and you being like, nope, you didn't say joy, got to say the word, and making you name specific emojis down to the word, I think we got lost in the sauce a little bit.
Yeah,
I know.
This happened. This has happened.
I kind
on
of
the
take
show.
back what I said about Balaga, because there's a lot of ammunition out there.
This has happened on this show before. It used to happen on Scales and Brust. You guys get too competitive, and it comes at the sacrifice of content. So you're having to decide between joy and what proper word to describe the crying emoji when everyone knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, but at least my bold predictions come true. Most of them.
Which bold prediction?
Some of them.
Which bold prediction are we talking about that came true?
We give you a life
Matthew
raft.
Golden.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
Which
and
I
that
was
in the
responding. Yep.
spirit of teamwork, right? Which is
Suck on that, Gabe.
Yeah, okay, so that was not what I was looking for. What I was trying to say was, in the spirit of teamwork, you dodo head, use Joshy as the resource. Hey, I'm thinking about this list. This is what I'm thinking of. What would be the best way to execute this list? Then Joshy puts his big brain behind it, and we get a good segment. Joshy, is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, correct. Yep, that's exactly what I want.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you guys, but sometimes I'm already at the gym, even though it's 9:44, and I'm going, what the hell's that guy's name? I can't call him Hey You anymore. I think he knows that I don't know his name.
What if you call him Buddy? Hey, Buddy.
No, he's at the point. I've known him for like 6 months. And then yesterday he went and introduced himself to someone that was standing right next to me. Hey, I'm Bart. Yeah, Bart. I'm like, and then I go, all right, I won't forget it now.
And now you forgot it.
His shoulders are way too big for his arms. So Bart Simpson, cartoon
what are we
character.
doing here?
Word association, Jen. I'm sure you do the same thing.
I do, but I don't do it publicly on the radio. What I don't do is broadcast it to everyone.
Wait, I want you to keep going. So Bart Simpson and shoulders?
Oh, it's Bart. Now you know the guy's name. Question, did he shout his name to the other gentleman at the gym because he knew
I would
that
hear it.
That's what I thought. He knew that you didn't know his name,
Yeah.
so he loudly introduced himself to someone else to help you out.
Just in time for Chewy to come back north and not see the dude for 6 months.
Like Jen, you run into a girl with huge eyebrows, and you find out her name is Kathy. Well, you go Caterpillar, eyebrows, bingo, you never forget the name.
Yes, I use those types of devices.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily have to be about their
mnemonics.
Yes, it doesn't necessarily have to be about their physical traits, though. Like maybe it's where I met them, like at what store we were in when we saw each other, you know? Or you could just remember people's names. I'm not going to lie, it is not a strength of mine. I've gotten better at it because I use those type of Wait, what is it?
Mnemonic devices.
Mnemonic? Are we sure it's mnemonic?
Yeah, PN, isn't it?
Yes. Correct. What did you think it was?
Now I don't know.
What would my connection be to Joshy?
Now I'm thinking about it too hard, so I got to stop thinking about it and then just say it. So good job, Chew. Thanks for distracting me. Go ahead.
Correction. It is MN.
Thank you. That's what.
But it is pronounced mnemonic.
Mnemonic.
Wasn't there a Johnny Mnemonic?
Yep.
No, there was. I'm serious. Gabe?
What sport are we talking?
It wasn't. Johnny Mnemonic? Yes.
It was a film with Keanu Reeves,
You know what?
1995.
I'm this close. I am this close.
Did you hear Joshy tell you were right?
Yeah. It was a movie with Keanu Reeves in 1995.
There you go. Take your laughs back.
Take your laughs back.
Well, I was
he
trying to
said.
figure out what the hell you were talking about.
How would I rescind the laughs? Like, once they're out there, buddy, they're out there. Like, they're in the universe. Yeah, exactly. She's over there trying to catch butterflies. Take back.
Gabe used to be my friend. Now he's just like, he lets me, like,
Well, it's
drown
the beard.
out there.
It's the beard. When the beard comes back, he'll be your buddy again. But right now,
what do you want? You want me to have good cheeks or you want me to be your pal?
he's a totally different person. I told you that from the jump.
Yeah, I know.
Johnny Mnemonic lost $7 million at the box office. Only $19 million earned off of its $26 million budget.
Losing $7 million in 1995 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, Chewy's the only one that saw it, apparently. It's not a recipe for success. We got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I do have an update for those folks who want to live stream Deep Thought being removed from Bradford Beach. I have an update for you. We'll have that when we return right here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
There is no better time to upgrade your windows and doors than right now with our friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Well, why right now? Because right now, Pella offering up to 6 years of 0% financing. That's right, 6 years, 0% financing. Set up your free in-home consultation. You commit to nothing at this point. They'll listen to your vision and suggest the Pella materials and customizations to make it a reality. And trust me, those customizations, they are vast. I've been out to their place out in Brookfield, and all the different options that they have, you're going to find something that you love with Pella. And then you get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Certain restrictions do apply. Deal ends May 31st, 2025. So visit PellaWI.com today.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
When you don't compromise on the court, you shouldn't compromise off of it either. Lose the calories, not the taste. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Copyright 2024.
Hey Bucks fans, enjoy Michelob Ultra at Fat Daddy's Milwaukee, Rivals Kenosha, Lucky Clover Milwaukee, DJ's Goalpost Menominee Falls, and Mecca's Sports Bar Milwaukee. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
This is Jim. Jim's a contractor. Hi. Jim can't really talk or do much to grow his contracting business because Jim's buried under invoices, schedules, and service requests. Right, Jim? Right. Jim needs help. Help! Jim needs Service Titan, the all-in-one software for the trades. We've made it easier than ever for contractors to free themselves from day-to-day paperwork. Oh, wow. Switch your current solution for Service Titan, the best software in the trades, today. Learn more at servicetitan.com.
Progressive understands that bond between you and your boat, but imagine if something happened to it. Without the boat, you're just Tina with too much boat knowledge. Sure, it's helpful on the water, but with no boat, you're someone who talks way too much about knots, and no one cares what a jib is anyway. Boat Tina could get away with it because she has a boat. So make sure your boat is insured. Get Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer, and then go back to being you, Tina, who owns a boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Mother's Day is this Sunday. There's still time to show the incredible moms in your life how much you love and appreciate them with a thoughtful gift from Pro Flowers. Ordering takes just a few minutes, and Pro Flowers' large selection of modern arrangements at affordable prices are sure to make you look like a gift-giving pro. So visit proflowers.com/sports or use code SPORTS at checkout for $15 off your Mother's Day order. All Pro Flowers orders are backed by our 7-day freshness guarantee, so you can gift easy with Pro Flowers.
Evan Cohen here. When you're on a business trip, you know what goes completely off the rails? Your workout routine, especially when you book a hotel that doesn't have a gym. Then you have to squeeze in between the desk and your bed, eke out 2 push-ups, and call it a day. If you just stay at La Quinta by Wyndham, you'll discover their fully equipped fitness center at every location. Now you can wake up and do some weightlifting to prepare you to carry your team on your back all day. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Finish your painting projects faster with GE Painters Pro Caulk. It's flexible and offers lasting adhesion, making it ideal for both indoor and outdoor applications. The quick-drying caulk creates a durable, water-resistant seal, and it's paint-ready after 30 minutes. Save big on GE Painters Pro Caulk. Plus, check out the weekly flyer on Menards.com for plenty more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Yes, that would have been much worse than what ended up happening.
Finally got the which would be worse and what would be better. Finally, we figured it out.
You can't just be showing your junk on national TV.
It would have got a lot of clicks.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Milwaukee is the site of the removal of deep thoughts. Now, you could argue that we removed deep thoughts. Well, when did we start the show? 2020? Haven't had a deep thought since. They are removing the boat, the abandoned boat, Deep Thoughts, from Bradford Beach today. And our friends over at WTMJ 620 are going to be streaming the removal just as soon as our guys get off the air in about 5 minutes. So you can check it out on their Twitter account. They'll have the stream there. If you're curious what's going on right now, TMJ4 has a live stream of the boat being removed. So if you are interested in watching the boat being removed from the shores of Lake Michigan right here in Milwaukee, you can find it on TMJ4's stream or on our friends over at 620 WTMJ.
I mean, it's just a sad day. Sad day that the boat's finally coming out. I've enjoyed this story, and I mean, is part of me hoping that something else gets, stuck and there's another complication removing the boat? Yeah, there's a part of me that hopes that.
Should we build a monument in respect of
Deep Thought?
Yeah. Some sort of homage, some honor, a plaque maybe even.
Yeah, I think
Go
a
pay your
little plaque.
respects.
Yeah, a little plaque just right by the shoreline there.
How long has it been there?
Since October, since the middle of October.
Okay.
Well, what was the shipwreck that they wrote the song about?
Edmund Fitzgerald.
The Edmund Fitzgerald.
Good job,
I
guys.
beat you.
I mean, there's a slight delay, so Joshy definitely got it in first. But yes, maybe somebody writes a song about deep thoughts.
It's Deep Thought.
Oh, crap. Just the one?
Yeah, it's just one Deep Thought.
Yeah.
All right, well, Jack Handy still gets the deep thoughts then. Okay. So, yes, you can watch the stream. I actually am interested in seeing how they get it out, like from an engineering standpoint.
Oh, yeah, because, again, it's so stuck in there.
Right. The fact that they tried this already and failed makes it actually feel a little more intriguing.
That's easy. It's simple. They're going to bore under it, put some ratchets, some toe straps under it, lift it up with a crane. It'll take them. Shouldn't take them very long.
Well, good thing you got that completely wrong, because the owner of the company said that it's expected to take at least 8 hours.
Well, they want to get paid. I'm sure. You think they're going to do it in
for
3
8
hours?
hours.
I'm just saying, if they came to me in the Blammer, we'd be like, 2.5 hours.
You in the
problem.
Blammer?
Couple straps.
Viagra isn't going to get it out of there.
He's good at telling you what to do, though.
But
you can follow the thought process, Joshy, right? Like the whole, lift it up.
If you said, me and a bunch of my former NFL player buddies, some actual brute strength could get this thing done in 3 or 4 hours, I'd believe you. But unfortunately, Chewy, I've seen the Blammer with his shirt off because he won't stop sending us the pictures. So I don't know how much the Blammer is going to help you in this situation.
Your tractor's not going to cut it. His tractor's not going to cut it.
I got a couple pulleys and winches that could get it out of there. Huh?
I tried that already. It failed.
Chewy thinks he can squat Deep Thought. That's what he thinks.
There was a day.
If he could just get a grip under there, he could just lift it straight up.
Well, if he gets behind it, starts pushing.
Yeah, like a sled.
It's lodged 4 to 5 feet in the shoreline.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a walk in the park. Wait till the tide comes in.
The tide has come in and gone out and come in and gone out.
It's been there for 6 months.
That's how tides work, buddy. All right, listen. We hope you'll be back tomorrow, Chewy. Everybody else, Wildy and Tosh is next on ESPN Milwaukee.
We've still got backups on northbound 43. Right at the end of the Highland on-ramp, we do have a crash off on the right shoulder. Delays coming in